Obviously, trade deadline is come and gone, JD. Done. It's over. Chiefs did make a big play at Marshon Lattimore on Adam Schefter. Had talked about for a couple of weeks leading up to this that the Chiefs were interested in him, but ultimately they traded him to the Commanders. They traded a lot more than what we were going to offer. But so you talk about the guys you have in the room. Nazi didn't play last week because of the concussion, but he's full practice participant, so he'll probably be able to play this week. But Joshua Williams, seen for a little bit in that first half of that game. Second half a little bit, but first half of that game, it looked like they were looking for number 2 and they were going to him. They were targeting him a lot the first half of that game. And that's probably and that's a game where they didn't have Mike Evans and they did not have Chris Godwin, and McMillan, three of their guys. And it seemed like they was a little too close, and they were performing really well against Joshua Williams. And then this past week, Jalen Watson actually commented on someone's post on Twitter saying he's not done for the season. So that was pretty surprising. And I don't know if that's the reason why they didn't make a move. But JD, seeing what you've seen from Joshua Williams and the guys who are left in the room as of right now, let's forget Jalen Watson. We don't know when he's coming back. But Nazi, Joshua Williams, what are you kind of making of the DB room? Is it worth it in your mind to go pick up a veteran, a guy, not trade, because obviously we can't trade anymore, but to go pick up a guy? I know I always say Xavier Howard, but a guy like Xavier Howard who's a free agent right now. Because I think Xavier Howard, J.C. Jackson, I believe is a free agent as well. So there's some guys out there, but what do you make of the DB room as it stands right now? And Rob Miller's question, do you think another move is coming?
Well, Rob, man, first off, appreciate your contribution, my brother. Appreciate it so much. I'll tell you what. We knew we tried to go for Lattimore. We knew that. Try to throw something out there, see if they bit. Like you said, we just didn't have enough to give up for what we wanted to give up for him. And I understood it. From what I've seen out in the game, and this was me, the reason Baker and those guys were very successful against our secondary and our corners on him too was more so, I think, because the field was a little wet. And so trying to change direction when you know where you're going, it's easier. You can put your foot in the ground and get out of the break. Well, guys are backing up and you got to run backwards and then plant and then come out of the break. You're going to slip a little bit. So I could see that that's what they were doing. That's why they was able to get open and make some catches, so some very good catches. And so what they're like, hey man, let's throw a couple comebacks, some out routes. That's what it was, and that means you forcing a guy to change direction. So if you just run it straight or something like that, it might be an easier thing. Yo, Joshua Williams surprisingly is a big dude. I was like, yo, he ran by me. And I'm like, look at this joker right here. That sucker, man, he's big, long. Look, he got all the ability. He's athletic. You can tell that sucker is built. He's got all the physical tools he needs to be successful. All the physical tools. And I'll say this, okay? And no slight to him. This is my own opinion. But I think because he's thrusted in to play the position, forced or whatever, he's just going to get better at it. Okay? This is me. So let it get Lattimore. Fine. We'll deal with what we're dealing with right here. Do they got to somebody free agency? Maybe. Possibly. But I do know, looking at Joshua Williams, okay, Nazi's coming back. He has all the tools. He has all the tools. And so sometimes, here's my opinion part. Sometimes when guys are not playing, then there's a little pity party, okay? That it's like, man, how come I'm not playing? Kind of get down on themselves, or sometimes they're upset with the system and how everything is going. I think that's where he was in a little bit, right? Kind of a little sour grapes because he wasn't getting to play as much. And he was regulated to special teams. And I see special teams, he was a guy supposed to stop the gunner from coming down. And I didn't really see a whole lot of effort there too. And this is what I do understand. I want people to understand this, okay? If you're asked to play special teams and coaches see that, they don't see the effort of guys doing what they're supposed to do, you're almost not going to get what you want to get in regular field, like offense and defense. That's how they make that decision. They said, like, if you don't care enough to play special teams and care to make this happen, ain't no way we're putting that on the field. We're not going to trust a guy like that. I'm not saying that was what was going on, Marcus, but I do say, she said that's what Dave Merritt said about Joshua, JD. Which part, Andrea? The things I'm saying? If you did, I don't know what part. Tell me, Andrea, type what part I'm right about. But I do believe that he might have, was kind of upset right there. His confidence shot right now. Yeah, Neff, exactly. So confidence shot. Also, Neff, he's a little upset because he's not getting there to play, right? Little sour grapes and whatnot. And guys, we're competitors. We want to play. We want to put all those things in it. And so, but coaches got to see that. They got to see it in every part. And they got to see it on special teams and everything else. You got to give all the effort. Not just when you going out there to play. We got to see it on special teams too. And so for a young guy, he's got to learn that right now. And that's why part of the problem, some of the things you've seen, talking about some of these young guys, that they're not putting the hard work and the effort into being a pro.
Come on, baby, go. Yes! That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now.
All right, and not now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's him, but I know this on young guys. Shoot, and sometimes you just got to learn how to work in the NFL. You just got to learn how to work. And if you start playing early, then you feel like you deserve it. You arrive, Marcus. That's how people feel. Well, how come now I'm not playing? Right? Well, shoot, you haven't shown anything that you need to play. You haven't taken the bull by the horns. You ain't made it yours. You ain't put no flag down, made a staple like this is your position. Ain't nobody else coming in to take me out. That's how it's got to be, man. You got to compete all the time. And so Josh Williams has all those things with him. The physical attributes. I think he has the mental attributes. He's got very good skills with, ball skills. It's just sometimes you got to work through saying, this is who I want to be. I got to be the guy. Okay. And so hopefully these last couple games, because it is him, he's seeing, hey, man, this is the NFL. You got to be right and tight all the time. You can't not when you won't do it. So that's just coaches speak, man. That's coaches speak. As a special teams coordinator, hey, I know this for a fact. We are watching, and the guy don't show enough on special teams, classroom or practice. We cannot trust you. You are not going to play. And the coaches will tell you that. The head coach will say that. He will tell us that. Hey, man, he ain't giving enough effort. Does he not care enough? Is that what it is? Okay, well then, guess what? Hey, we ain't gonna do it. So he said my audio was messed up. Did I say okay?
No, you sound fine to me. I think Don is he the only one who thinks that? Guys, can you comment? Stream is laggy. Oh, okay.
It's rough on it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, that happens. But we got a contribution from Omni Brown. Appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that.
Brown. Appreciate it, brother.
Baker got rid of the ball quickly. Hard to sack or cover someone if the ball comes out in 2 to 3 seconds, especially it's so hard to cover tight ends. Yeah, JD, that was kind of what I wanted to ask you. Obviously, Justin Reed had a pretty rough game on Monday, and we saw Jaden Hicks get in and get some burn, laid the wood. So love seeing the young guy come and fly around. But is any of this, I know sometimes people will blame a cornerback for coverages, zones, different things that will happen. Well, people will blame a cornerback for certain things or blame a safety for certain stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean, What did you see? What did you see from the safeties? I mean, are they giving our cornerbacks much help out there? I mean, there were some blown coverages on Monday.
Yeah, I think part of it's communication, and I do believe it's technique. And you got to know. Look, Justin Reed, they've been going after Justin Reed all year. That's what they're going to start doing. That's what teams are going to do. They see that his strength may not be in covering tight ends or wide receivers, right? Like they put him against what's the name of it in the slot against the Raiders, and he got beat. So that's how they feel. We're going to attack. We're going to do the pass. We're going to attack Justin Reed on this. And I think Justin sometimes just his feet get caught in the mud, if you will. And so once you stand still, that's it. You beat. You got to keep your feet moving, the hips and all that open, man. And you got have quiet feet on your toes. You got to break and make sure that you be on the guy's hip, be in his pocket, hold on to him, whatever you need to do, man. But shoot, if you get your feet stuck in the mud and then try to come out of it, guy going full speed, ain't gonna work out well for you. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. So that's going to be the theme that teams are going to try to exploit that. Okay, and so pressure, Menahu and those guys coming back, it's going to be able to help that out. It's going to be able to help that out. So you look for errant throws, and that's why I was talking to Menahu, like, because he was talking about, like, man, I made so many pressures. I said, Menahu, sometimes people just look at the numbers, but they don't really understand the context and the impact that you make sometimes as a defensive end. And sometimes just an errant throw or making the ball go sail on somebody, that's a win. That's a win. So, obviously the D-line and the pressures and stuff help out the secondary. So that's what it's going to be. But yeah, man, a little rough. I think it's just communication. But they're going to pick on Justin Reed until he shows he can cover consistently. That's going to be the challenge.
Yep. And this is Justin Reed's contract year too. It is, but writing is on the wall when you bring in Jaden Hicks. You bring in Cook a couple years before that. I mean, they've been gearing up for it in a way. And then Chamari Connor, obviously, who does a little bit of everything. So I mean, gearing up for it if it is the end for Justin Reed. But yeah, I just saw a lot of Chiefs fans likening him to Daniel Sorensen. So yeah, that was kind of funny.
So I seen that, man. I was like, I had to laugh. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. I wish you had that to show that one. That was funny. New said he's arguing. New, what are you arguing with me about, man? Are you arguing with me? You want to argue, man? Let's have an argue, man. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
LRZ MVP. Dane, Mike Evers is back on the market. Can we bring him in for good reps? Actually, he's not on the market anymore. He was claimed by the Tennessee Titans, so he'll be joining up with old friend L'Jarius Sneed. So they'll be joining up back together again. So no, yeah, I was thinking about bringing him. I would want us to bring Mike Edwards in, but no, he is going to Tennessee to join up with L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah, but Mike's not a corner. We think everybody's talking more corner help than anything else.
Yeah.
But I think Joshua should be okay. It's going to be a good week for him against the Broncos. Well, Sutton is playing good ball. Bo Nix he's throwing that thing all around, everywhere. So they're looking a whole lot better than what they did. Dirty Dan. Captain Will said, love Dirty Dan. Man, I like Dirty Dan, man. That joker, play some ball. I think everybody gave him a hard time. Dirty Dan made some good plays for us, man.
He did. He had some time. He had some timely plays.
Absolutely. And that's all you ask for. So I'm a Dan Sorensen fan. Okay. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.